Thank you for calling 101. We're connecting you to Greater Manchester Police. If you require an alternative force, press #. Please say the name of the police force you would like to be connected to, or say the name of the nearest town.
Nottinghamshire.
Answering yes or no was that Nottinghamshire Police.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome to Nottinghamshire Police.
Hello, I'm ACC Steve Cooper. We continue to get calls into our control room asking questions about the government's directions regarding the coronavirus, including social distancing. Please can ask that you do not call to ask such questions, and instead use the NHS or gov.uk websites. Please stay on the line if you need to report an incident, including any breaches to the current guidelines. The only way to help prevent the spread of the coronavirus in our communities is to follow the advice given. If we do not, we are putting ourselves and others in danger and putting further pressure on the NHS. Thank you.
Just to remind you, you may find what you're looking for on our website at www.nottinghamshire.police.uk. If you know the extension number, please dial it now. Or press 1 to say the name of the person or department you require. To report a road traffic collision, press 2. If your inquiry relates Please say the full name of the person or department you wish to contact.
Chief Constable.
Calling switchboard unless you say cancel.
Nottinghamshire Police Switchboard, how may I help?
Hiya. I'm just phoning for a general inquiry. I just wish to know what numbers that you use or letters for any reference or document reference, please.
What do you mean? It could be anything.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's normally like 2 or 3 letters and then a number with a date.
Yeah, usually. What have you been? So have you been given something?
Well, yeah, fraudulent document, a very fraudulent document.
Been given?
A letter, I believe it's off Nottinghamshire Council purporting to be your police. I'm dealing with this in Newcastle and all. The council are masquerading as the police working on behalf of
Hold on. Why are the council masquerading as the police? Because they wouldn't do that.
I'll tell you why it is, mate, without being disdainful to yourself. It's because they're committing fraud, treason, perjury.
Right.
The money
I'm going
the racketeering.
I'm just
right, no, listen,
going to stop you.
These numbers
Right, just bear with me, please. Will you listen to me? Listen to me. I'm on the switchboard. I can't deal with this. Let me just put you through to the control and they can discuss it. Bear with me.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're in a queue. Please stay on the line and your call will be answered. Have you looked at our website, www.nottinghamshirepolice.co.uk, where you may be... Nottinghamshire Police.
Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm just wanting to see what numbers that you use on like your reference numbers and document reference numbers. Normally a police puts 2 or 3 numbers, letters should I say, before the numbers. I believe that I've got a fraudulent document purporting to be yourselves. It certainly violates the Companies Act 2006, Section 44 and Section 46. And it certainly, if it is from the police, it violates all 9 policing principles. So would you be able to tell us what your reference numbers normally start with, please?
With there's 2 different kinds of references, what does yours start with?
It's not me. I'm not you or you. I'm not a Jew or you. I'm not a sheep. This is what I'm saying, and with no disrespect, it's addressed to the birth certificate. You said in my securities with no license, whoever's liable for this. And I believe it's the council. It says about a speeding fine. Now, we have no parliament under the Motor Law 2013. All governments are foreclosed. Her Majesty's government, CIK 00014526617, registered on the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, emphasises my point. This is human trafficking. This is racketeering. This is fraud on a massive scale, starting with Title 18.1342 of the Uniform Commercial Code, addressing illegal fiction and a grammatically incorrect address. Furthermore, it's a PO box non-contracting venue, a pigeonhole in the post office, which is now with mail fraud under Title 18.1341, because you're attaching the joinder to the birth certificate and the beneficiary. Case law on that, Clearfield Doctrine, the government are the fiduciary trustees. Now, I want full compensation for these crimes that you're committing against every man and woman, not just the police, but the councils. I've had enough. I've done no damage, no harm, no loss has been committed. Your 9 policing principles specifically state you need to stay out of legislations. As I've stated, the government's null and void. Nothing's got a proclamation date on it. The House's Laws of England, it doesn't match with our constitution, which is now treason. Now you see, under Article 7 of your policing principles, the police are the people, which is absolutely bang on. The people are the law. We are the law. Commercial maxim, we are equal under the law, and a workman's worthy of his hire. You understand what I'm getting to? These are fraudulent documents in the language alone. This is no perjury. Section 11A245 and 6 of the 1911 Perjury Act, because nothing's sworn under an oath of office. The courts are bankrupt, so there is no subject jurisdiction matter on this at all, because you're supporting this is criminal, whoever's wrote the letter. I can only believe it may be Nottinghamshire Police, so sorry about saying you, but I'm addressing the cooperation of third party that bears no life and soul. So I just wish to know who the author of this letter is, because as I've stated, the Companies Act 2006 is not even signed, so this is a fraudulent document in its entirety. Conveys the fraudulent language. It's fraud in the language, like I said, is American Sign Language, Dog Latin Glossa. You know, there's nothing English on this bill. And I'm not illiterate. You see, when you're saying, this office previously notified you of an alleged offence captured on camera, right? This office, well, what office? Office is a poisonous word. Anything starting with a vowel and 2 consonants, pre and ly for previously is a past and future tense suffix. That's no poisonous. N-O, so you've not notified anybody. I don't understand who you is, but it's certainly not us. Of is a prepositional phrase, am is a poisonous word, so is alleged, because it's a vowel followed with 2 consonants, ed at the end of it, mixing your suffixes with offence. Again, vowel starting with 2 consonants, so there's no offence. Captured, ending with the EE, poisonous. You see what I'm saying? This is called Part-8 Syntax Grammar. And I understand it. And this is a fraudulent document with the Title 18.1369 Part A of the Uniform Commercial Code. I've had enough of this debauchery. I understand who you're working for, and it's absurd. You know, police should now be stood with the people, because this government is selling you on and selling everybody here on that our granddads fought for this land. We have the land. No foreign banker can tell me anything different with an Act of Parliament. No child molesting war criminal in Parliament can tell a man what to do, not even a king. We've got a constitution under God's law. God tells me, God's my judge. Nobody else, nobody more. So I'm at the stage now, if I have to go to prison, I need to hold somebody liable, because I'm going to dissolve the whole administration of the SQV Trust Fund, the entity you address, under Roman Canon Law 2057. And I want full remedy for my time being subjugated into an MR, which means miser, minor, which means peon, which means debt slave, lowest military ranking. I didn't board any ship. I'm not a citizen, a part of any ship. So that now violates the Penal Act 1867, Title 421994 of the Uniform Commercial Code, the abolishment of debt slavery. When you purporting me to be this fiction dead entity capitalised grammatically incorrect name, this is full-on slavery. And you see, Theresa May said a few years ago, we're pleased by consent. So if I give you no consent, this matter should be dropped in its entirety, but it won't be, because you've already charged bonds as the fiduciary trustees to the beneficiary stroke executors of state. And this is now where we've got human trafficking. There is no crime being committed, but extortion from our property, our sacred property, our birthright, our birth titles, is what's occurring here. These are serious crimes. You know, police need to get involved in this and stop these cooperations. Every one of them's bankrupt. We bought the banks up in 2008. Now, let's get this one straight. The Gold Standard Act 1931, subsection 2, specifically states the Banks of England, the Bank of England, should I say, has no liability or persons thereafter. So the entity you're addressing is the person. I'm the man, not the person, so I don't fall in your enactment. But that entity you're addressing doesn't have any liability for any monetary circumstances. You see what I'm saying? That single act alone ridicules all other acts of Parliament for your council tax, your water bills, your gas bills. These are our estates. These are our property. Margaret Thatcher committed treason. Tony Blair committed treason. Nobody's acted. They're selling our rights on that our grandparents fought for, and for us, to foreign entities so they can cut a profit. So they're racketeering off your back. Your birth certificate pays your wage. And that's what this is the game. This is from the Federal Reserve Bank of America. So you're all registered on Dun & Bradstreet. So would you be able to tell me, please, if what your reference numbers start with, or what they're likely to start with, or your police crime numbers, please?
I can't tell you what they start with.
Right.
Because they start with...
Right, well,
they start with different ones, so it depends whether it's an incident number or a crime number, or whether it's in reference to something that we don't use in the control room and we use in other departments within the force, and obviously I don't have that information because I don't work there.
fair enough. And if you're an illiterate, and I don't mean you personally, but if as an illiterate, this would read, you should have given details. I shouldn't give any details to anybody because I'm the data master controller. This is who we are, the people. Right? How is it an offence of not giving my name when I'm not obliged to speak to a constable? The police are the people of the law, please. I'm getting very frustrated, not with yourself, but with this whole situation. You jump on people left, right and centre for peacefully protesting, and that's lenient, that. They should be burning our public buildings down for the debauchery that they've persisted in over generations. But you're not here to serve the government, you're here to serve the people. We are violated taxes. You're violated taxes. There's no law stating that you have to pay tax. It's taken. That's racketeering. That's fraud. That's theft. Your sacred property, you have to give consent for that to be taken. The council think they can come and take your money off you through fraudulent rubber stamp court documents. No bailiff has any authority. No bailiff can break in an house, but they're aided and abetted. This is absolute degrading these times. It's about time people woke up. Like I say, I'm not having a go at you, but the police need to stand with the people, and the people need to march on and eradicate these foreign cartel in our offices. It's as simple as that. Because my granddad certainly didn't fight for this. So what I'll do, I'll address the council on Monday, because I do believe this is from the council. It's the same as another one that I'm dealing with. And I will be addressing your chief executive, is it Giles York?
I don't know who that is.
I'll find his name, not a problem. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Ta-ra.